work and live on Treaty 11 lands within the Gwich'in settlement area and the lands of the Inuvik final agreement. We respect the generous sharing of traditional wisdom and knowledge. We commit to honoring paths towards self-determination. Item number 2, adoption of the agenda. Could I get a mover and a seconder? Deputy Mayor Kudakowski and Councillor Gallows. Any comment? All in favor? Carried. Declaration of conflict of interest or pecuniary. Anyone? None. Delegations, presentations, or petition. Monday night we had the RCMP report, and we had a presentation by Children's First. The update on the fiber optic line was canceled. Public question period. Nothing. Item 6, adoption of the minutes of the May 24th, 2023 council meeting. Could I get a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Merrill and Councillor Whitener. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion is carried. Action items list. Any comments? New business 8.1, the appointment of the naming committee members. The motion is that Inuvik Town Council hereby appoints Jesse McLeod, Maureen Bullock, and Anna Pingo to the naming committee for a 2-year term expiring on May 31st, 2025. Could I get a mover and a seconder? Councillor Devlin, Councillor Alexis. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion's carried. 8.2. The appointment of the lottery committee. The motion is that Inuvik Town Council hereby appoints Bernice Furlong, Melba Mitchell, Elizabeth Gordon, Donovan Airy, Harry Shanks, Alan Lee, Merle Carpenter, Don Fisher, and Nick Saturnino to the lottery committee for a 2-year term expiring on May 31st, 2025. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councillor Merrill, Councillor Gowans. Any discussion? Councillor Merrill.
Could I just confirm, am I still the council member on that committee? We haven't met in a long time.
Nobody else is saying anything.
It probably is. If it was for the 3-year term, then it's me.
That sounds fun.
Yes, comprised of 1 member of council and members of the public. Would you like to volunteer to be a member of council?
Well, yes, but if somebody else would like to have a chance in this very exciting committee, I'd be willing to make the sacrifice.
Okay, anybody else interested?
Thought that would help.
Okay, an amendment to the motion to add and Councillor Alana Merrill. I need a mover and a seconder for the amendment. Councillor Gallons, Councillor Devlin.
Point of order though.
Yes.
This is appointing citizens to a 2-year term expiring May 31st, 2025, and our terms will be ending, our terms will be ending October 2024.
So,
So she shouldn't be attached, amended to this one unless we change all the language. I don't think we need to. We've already appointed her.
Your worship. Interesting. Your worship.
so I think Councillor Devlin was right that I was appointed as the council member for the term of this council.
Right.
And then at the end of this council is somebody else is elected. We do the election to all the committees.
Okay, so the original motion stands. Correction. Councillor Gallons.
Well, just Bessie was hoping to say something there.
Oh, SAO.
I'll have to speak up a little. The administration can confirm that yes, Councillor Miro is the current member of council on this committee, and as discussed on the 24th or in October next year, we will reappoint you back.
It's still very nice of you to volunteer.
Can't change my mind.
Okay, on the original motion, all those in favor? Motion's carried. 8.3, the appointment of the Aquatics Mascot Naming Committee. Okay, then Councilors Romero, Devlin, and Alexis be appointed to the Aquatics Mascot Naming Committee. A mover and a seconder. Deputy Mayor Kulikowski. Councilor Day. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion's carried. 8.4. Awarding of the contract for community plan and zoning bylaw review and update. The motion is be it resolved to Inuvik Town Council hereby awards the community plan and zoning bylaw review and update tender contract to Dillon Consulting with a tender price of $92,595. Make it a mover and second. Councilor Merrill. Second by Councilor Gallons. Discussion. All those in favor? Yes, Councilor Merrill.
How long is the contract for?
Until December. I believe it has to be complete.
I will double check, but I believe it was for a 1 year contract.
I believe it was to be finished by December.
Okay, and are they basically looking at how we're using land within the community and the need for more land? Or more lots developed? Is that the focus? Like what we have and what do we need?
No, it's to update the community plan and zoning bylaw. It hasn't been done in 22 years.
Got it, thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Motion's carried. Item 8.5, final budget review. Motion is be it resolved to Inuvik Town Council hereby approves the town of Inuvik 2023 operating capital budget as presented. Mover and second. Deputy Mayor Kulikowski and Councilor Merrill. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion's carried. 8.6, the approval of the lifeguard uniform design. Motion is be it resolved to Inuvik Town Council hereby approves the lifeguard uniform design as is. All over the secretary, please. Councilor Day and Councilor Devlin. Any discussion? Councilor Devlin.
I'm just curious, why a design for an aquatic shirt would need to have a motion from council. Just wondering if this is going to overkill.
Question. Deputy Mayor Kulikowski, what's your experience?
I mean, I guess because of some of the votes we've had on other designs in town, maybe this is just to make sure that all design pieces are coming through council. I'm thinking of things like the sign and, you know, that everyone did approve of those things. But it does kind of also seem like we've empowered our staff to make this decision after the committee chose the shirt.
He's probably all doing.
Yeah.
Just like I said.
Okay. We have a mover and a seconder on that? Yeah. All those in favor? Motion carried. The bylaws, third and final reading of the venture borrowing bylaw. Be it resolved to Inuvik Town Council hereby gives third and final reading. Bylaw 2714/BORR/23. A bylaw to provide for venture borrowing, utility construction and related infrastructure. I need a mover and a second. Deputy Mayor Kolakowski and Councilor Merrill. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion's carried. 9.2. Appoint a senior administration officer, third and final reading. It resolved the Inuvik Town Council hereby gives third reading to bylaw 2715/ABP/23. A bylaw to appoint Michael Travish as senior administration officer. Need a voter and a second. Councilor Devlin and Councilor Alexis. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion's carried.
Go all the way up here. It's a long drive back down. That's gonna work.
9.3. The annual tax billing bylaw.
Yeah.
Be it resolved to do town council gives first reading to bylaw 271/6/TAX/23 the 2023 annual tax billing bylaw. Mover and second. Councilor Gallons and Councilor Merrill. Any discussion? Deputy Mayor Kolakowski.
Just one question in the order of things. Because we have full quorum of council, can we not do all three readings in one sitting without having to go to this,
Right after.
but without having to go to the special?
Actually,
Because
Councilor
Jesse,
Carter is on the phone. So yes, we could, do all three readings if the council gives unanimous approval.
So Councilor Hart is on the phone?
is here, yeah.
Okay.
We'll do the first two readings and we'll get a vote on the third reading. Okay, so first reading. Mover and seconder, we had that, all those in favor? Motion's carried. Second reading, state bylaw. Mover and seconder. Deputy Mayor Cook.
Yes.
You third reading.
I know that it's in our proceedings bylaw. I mean, if it's simpler just to do the third reading and special, that's fine. It's gonna just confuse me.
Are we just doing this because we're sort of desperate to get this in May? Again, I brought this up in the previous meeting. We did want the first and second, third is the period of service. And I understand we called for a special meeting immediately preceding this one, which technically meets our patterns. But again, we are sort of skipping over this service. I just wanted to bring that up again on the third reading.
Just
I think more to the point is where our ducks in order. Should we have done this a few weeks ago, first and second, third, point made. Thank you. Maybe me.
It's gonna be just as fast. During this meeting.
Department reports and the community service report. The conference manager. The move second to accept.
I'll move that.
Discussion. PG.
Did the initial letters or emails go out to leadership to start moving towards the meeting of some sort? We had talked about maybe doing a SAO level as opposed to mayor to chief or to president, but also understanding we're in transition, so might not have had time to get to that yet.
As far as I know, it's only on. So, bring it up, come on. Any other discussion? 11.2 is research centers license report. Item 12, council concerns. Nothing.
Oh, I was just, I know our new SAO, put out a public release a couple of weeks ago about unsightly properties, abandoned. So I just wanted to see if we could get an update on perhaps what's been going on that front, or if anything.
Chief Hammond, would you like to give an update on that?
Good evening, everyone. We are working on it. We have already moved some of the, we'll say, low-lying fruit in terms of the vehicles, and we are still ongoing. Part of the issue is trying to find the last registered owner of some vehicles. However, we have taken it upon ourselves just to remove them with the help of some of our local contractors. So you will see some areas, we are still working on them. As I say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So we are moving forward. We have a list of abandoned properties, derelict properties that we are addressing. I can tell you anecdotally, I think that's the word, that several people have mentioned that they're driving around town, they actually have seen people cleaning up their yards and being responsible. So the peace officers are doing up a report for SAO and the mayor, and that will be moving forward to share with the council.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any further questions? Councillor Wayman.
Which areas does it apply to, industrial and residential?
Right now, the priority is abandoned vehicles because they are so prevalent in town. Second will be residential properties in the town core, specifically because of the risk to children. They're going on to some of the properties and into the houses and that type of thing. So in terms of public safety, that is a concern for us. So we are addressing that. Once we get a handle of the residential properties in town, we then will move forward onto the industrial properties as well.
So how do you classify an unsightly resident or industrial property when they're working on stuff in that junkyard and scrapyard, decommission yards?
We will be working on that. I'm not going to give you an answer now because your version of what may appear to be unsightly and ours might be a little bit different. Which has been a discussion in the bylaw review committee as well, in terms of
We
what
crossed
is
this bridge
a number of
5 years ago or 10 years ago, and we pay taxes. So it's everybody else, and I understand the community bylaws of 3 vehicles or 4 of you, whatever it used to be. But industrial area is a tough place because there's lots of construction going on and lots of sorts.
Right, and so that's why our focus right now is get the urban part, the downtown core, the residential areas. And once we get a handle on those, we will look to the industrial area unless there's blatant where it's a risk to the environment or public safety. Certainly there's priorities, right? So we do need to focus on the priorities. And once we take a chunk out of the residential area, we will look to the industrial area, again, with guidance from council in terms of what is acceptable, what is not. Certainly, public safety and environmental hazards are the biggest thing. And again, upon complaint and request as well, which
Thank you.
We will add to. Thank you.
Anything further?
Your worship. Your worship. Can I just add to,
Yes.
Chief Hammond, just
Turn your microphone off.
Just in addition to Chief Hammond's response, I want to add that under this council priority item, the administration also considers completely abandoned buildings that hold property taxes and that aren't currently producing property taxes to be part of this category. One particular property that comes to mind is a property on the corner of Raven and Inuvik. There's about a 3-acre parcel there with 2 buildings on it. And the administration has already reached out to legal, to see how we can reacquire these lands to get them back into our inventory so we can start generating tax revenue with them. And this coming Friday, myself and Director Campbell will be having a meeting with the GNWT and WSCC to see how we can go about the demolition of those buildings. So we will be bringing council an update as part of this council priority. Because when we have properties out there that have abandoned and unsightly buildings on, they're not producing any tax dollars for it. So that is an update from the administration. Thank you.
Councilor Merrill.
So would we be responsible for the cost of cleanup, or is that actually billed back to the owner?
So that in a perfect world, yes, the property owner would be responsible for any reclamation to the property. This one, from the information that I've been given to date, this particular property, the owner and the tax roll are, I believe, incarcerated. And the potential of collecting any further monies towards that property in the form of property taxes or reclamation are next to zero. So that's why we reached out to our external law firm to see what steps we can take to reacquire the lands and then work on having them have the buildings demolished and then get them back into inventory for either resale or development. I hear a lot of communication in town since I've moved here about the shortage of housing, and we have land available. So the administration will work hard with the other orders of government to get these back into tax producing property.
It's excellent, thank you.
Anything further? Thank you. We do have an in camera. Or we need a motion to go in camera. Deputy Mayor Klukowski, seconded by Councilor Gallus. All those in favor? Motion
Yes.
carried.